Okay, so I have a confession to make, and it's not going to be too easy to tell you guys this, but I feel like it's time you guys knew. For a long time, actually, I have had an addiction. Quite a long time, actually. Haven't really told anyone about it, but thought it was time for you guys to know this. I don't really quite know how to say it, so I'm just gonna say it. I've been addicted to this. It's shameful, I know, but I just can't put it down. I'll be up at night, 3 in the morning, just turning and turning. I've tried to quit so many times, and you know, I've tried counseling and addiction groups, but nothing seems to work. Pretty soon 3x3s weren't enough. Let's try to get into mirror cubes. Mirror cubes. But no, I couldn't stop there. I got this 4x4 off eBay. 50% off. For a 4x4! Before I knew it, I was collecting any cube I could get my hand on. Even if it wasn't a cube. 2x2s, 2x3s. I even built my own Siamese cube. Got to the point where I'd have a cube with me everywhere I went. The other day, I even caught myself trying to order a little miniature 3x3 on a keychain. Go on my shoelace. I even keep them in my pillowcase. I can solve them in my sleep. I'm always trying to beat my last record. The other day, I missed my record by 42/10ths of a second. I can't even count anymore! People say these are good for the mind. Oh no. They will destroy you. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that quick little sketch to introduce today's topic, Rubik's Cubes, and I do have a very bad addiction to them, but not as quite as bad as portrayed in that video. You see, I found that I can get very good, cheap Rubik's Cubes on eBay, so I decided to order a couple, and now I'm hooked. So what I'm going to do in this video is go over all the cubes that I've been obsessing over lately, and links to where you can get them the cheapest. Alright, so we have a whole lot of stuff to cover, not a whole lot of time to cover it in, so we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it. First of all, I'm going to talk about my main Rubik's 3x3, and then go into more exotic 3x3s, and then after that, just work my way through from my largest puzzles to my smallest puzzles. Alright, so this is my basic Rubik's Cube 3x3. It is a Mofang G. I got it off Amazon for just $9.50. Very cheap, but also very, very well built. It corner cuts like a beast. Very smooth, very sturdy. It's so smooth that you can actually do that too. By the way, down in the description is the links to buy every single cube in this video at the same prices that I got them. Alright, so next up is the mirror cube, and I can say this is one of my favorite puzzles I have, simply because it just looks so awesome. You can do some awesome patterns on it, like checkerboard, which looks awesome. So I got this off eBay for just $4.50. You're never going to beat that price. It came in a nice little packaging. It was a little oily, but upon further research I found that most mirror cubes are a bit oily when you get them. So a quick clean off with a paper towel, and it works great. Next up is my Fisher's Cube. Now, it is missing a couple pieces because I dropped it once and still cannot find those 2 pieces, but I still play with it just the same. Now, it's not solved right now because I'm still a little fishy on how to solve this cube. I have done it before, but it does require me to sit there and look at the tutorial, so I'll probably look more into it later. But still, it's a pretty cool looking puzzle, even when it's not solved. So I got this off of eBay for just $3.59. What a deal. This is the Super Square One puzzle. It's definitely the hardest puzzle I have, and one of the few that I cannot solve. Now, don't get this confused with the square one, which is a different puzzle. This is the super square one. Basically, that the square one does not have this center round piece. That's a really easy way to tell the two apart. This isn't the sturdiest built puzzle, but none of the super square ones are. The puzzle itself is a Chinese-made puzzle, so you're not going to get a whole lot of quality out of it, no matter where you get it from or how much you pay. You can get this one off of eBay for just $2. So, you know, very, very good quality for the money that you spent in it. But if really, honestly, if you spend more money than that, you're still not going to get pretty much the exact same puzzle. So there's no reason to spend any more than that. That's just the nature of the puzzle. It is kind of loose and hard to line up, but when you do line it up, it does look pretty cool. This is my Siamese cube. It is the largest cube that I have, even larger than my 4x4. Now there are tons of different renditions of the Siamese cube. Now I learned how to make this from a video off of Lego Boy Z3's channel. You can get a link to that in the description if you want to build one yourself. Now you could buy one of these ready-made off of eBay, but they would not be in this configuration, at least none that I could find them. And I really wanted this particular configuration, and this particular configuration is a lot cheaper than the ones you can buy on eBay. The cheapest I could find one on eBay was about $9. To build this, I just ordered 2 really cheap 3x3s. Actually though, these are actually pretty decent beginner 3x3s. So the price to build all of this was just $5.36 for the entire price. So each cube was about $2.50. And it is definitely one of my favorite puzzles. I do know how to solve it. It does take me longer than most puzzles, but I can do it. Next is the 4x4, and this is a really, really fun puzzle, in my opinion. Its actual name is the Rubiks Revenge. Wait, did I just mess it up? There we go. Now I got this particular 4x4 for just $4.99. What a steal. And yes, I can solve this one. I use the reduction method where I basically reduce the cube to a 3x3 and then solve it just like it would any other 3x3. As far as corner cutting this puzzle, not really any corner cutting, but really I'm not fast enough for this puzzle yet to even need any amount of corner cutting whatsoever at all. So a great little cube for the price point. This is the Rubiks. It's a really, really fun little puzzle. I can solve it in about under a minute. It's a pretty simple little puzzle, especially since it really only requires one algorithm. This. Pretty simple. That was not me mixing it up. That was just showing you the algorithm, by the way. This particular puzzle has these magnets which allow it to snap into place, so no corner cutting is required because it will automatically snap into place for you. I think that is just awesome. I got this for just $2.84 off of eBay. Definitely one of my favorite puzzles out of the lot. This is the 2x2x3. I can solve this if I look at the tutorial. It's actually very simple. I just don't solve it often enough to be able to remember the algorithm. The quality of this puzzle isn't really that good, I have to say. Pretty loose. There's no corner cutting to be heard of anywhere. Like, look at that. I can't even turn that. It has to be perfectly lined up. But honestly, when I solve it, I don't really notice that. Like, it's pretty simple to turn and stuff. I don't really have any problems solving it at all. Sometimes pieces will pop out, but that's pretty odd. This is about $4.96. The link to one will be in the description, but also I will have 2 links. One will be to this particular one. Another one will be to certain 2x2x3 that I've heard a lot of good things about, and it actually has real corner cutting, just like a real Rubik's Cube should. So I'd probably recommend getting that one instead, and it's around the same price point. Alright, next up is this 1x3x3, and I actually have a 2x2, but this one's technically bigger because this has 9 pieces and this has 8, so we'll start with this one. Now this isn't actually the original edition of a 1x3x3. It is the Super, which basically means I can do stuff like this. I can shapeshift it and get the pieces where they really shouldn't ever go. So it's a bit more complicated, but basically you solve it just by getting it into a square and then solve it like you would any other 1x3x3. It's pretty simple. I can solve this within a matter of minutes. It's a great little puzzle to stick in your pocket. Quality of the puzzle is quite amazing, actually. I think it's quite amazing that they're able to do that, where it looks like it really shouldn't work because this piece is just hanging on just by the edge there, and then it can go over here, hang on a different way. It's quite interesting how they mechanically do this in just a small amount of space. And this was just $4.59 as well. Last but not least is this 2x2x2. It's definitely a nice little puzzle, nice little size to fit in your hand or your pocket. I got this for just $3.59 and I was not disappointed. It's actually a pretty well built puzzle. It has an interesting color scheme though because it has the normal red, blue, yellow, green, orange, and then black. It has black, so that's going to be a little odd when you're following tutorials because you're looking for the white side and you're like, oh, that's right, the black's the white side. So, you know, you have to get used to that. I'm sure you can find a similar priced one with the normal color scheme, but I actually sort of like the way the black looks against the orange. I think that looks pretty cool. And once you get used to it, you don't really notice it that much. So I guess the purpose of the video, guys, was to tell you that you don't really need to spend that much money to have a nice sized little Rubik's Cube collection. I play with most of these daily and it's pretty interesting. My main cube is the 3x3 because I'm trying to get the fastest I can on that. I just finished learning CFOP, so I'm trying to get faster and faster at that. Most of these puzzles are pretty simple to solve, especially the 1x3x3, the Rubiks, and the 2x2. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that quick little video and learned something too. The link to buy all of these cubes will be in the description, so be sure to go check that out to get the best deals. Now, eBay is always coming out with new listings, and with a little looking, you might be able to find some better deals. For the most part, this will be the cheapest you can get them. Oh, we're still filming?